Let's go, people. What's up, people? We're doing a live stream. Doing a live stream here, and we're going to do some. This is crazy. I've not done this before. I've live streamed many times, but I have never live streamed the live game development of a brand new tabletop roleplay game system. So this might become a this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What's up, people? Matthew Heyman, let's go. What's up, Matthew Heyman? Long time no see, bud. Brandon's here at 2 a.m. Dedication, too hyped to sleep. Tea time, it's game development time. Tea time. Jade, what's up, Jade Gordon? Walter W. Blue Comet, ayo. Sam, my voice is still not 100% back. What's up? What's up? Who else we got? Cody's here. We just talked. Cody. Bugs here. Zephyr Strike, Zephyr Wiles. What's up, Zephyr Wiles? Reno, Liam. Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's start chats. I know, right? I don't have the time to stream on the gaming channel anymore. I've put everything in the DC20. I got to, First time, one time. Let's go, Zephyr. Back to overtime. Back for overtime. Oh yeah, some DC20 overtime. Let's go. So what we're gonna do tonight, y'all? I was gonna do some spell development, but that is gonna would be a little bit more grindy. And I have not done the patron live stream spell reveal, so I feel like it'd be real weird to develop spells and then patrons would see, and a lot of people in the chat are patrons, so I want to make sure I do that in the right order. So there's that. So what we're gonna do tonight, let me even kick it over in let me kind of just pop it up. Yeah, there we go. I'll have this be the other side, and then let me close that and then do this, and then here we go, and then we can just bop it over to the full thing. Here's the DC20 RPG core game rules 0.2. 0.1, I've already gone through the whole system and created essentially the whole system. And then I had a few members of my team. I don't have the bandwidth to pull the whole team over yet. It's some of the things we're shifting and moving and changing some stuff around. So some of the team came through, made some passes. I went back and now I'm going through the process of repassing through and polishing it off. You know what I'm saying? Monsters? What are you talking about, monsters? What do you mean monsters, Liam? Looking forward to this. Hey, what's up, Eric Mates? Heck yeah, Sean caught a stream. Let's go. Caught a stream. All right. So here's what this is. Here's how this is gonna go. I'm kind of gonna throw it to the chat. Why not? I'm gonna build out some DC20 RPG stuff. Let's throw it to the chat. What do you guys want to see get made? We have some options. We have skill check stuff where we have each of the skills, and I can go through each of the skills and build out like what each of the skills truly does, like, and really describe it. But that's not honestly that exciting. Just full disclosure, it's just really explaining what a trickery check does, really explaining what an influence check does. You know what I'm saying? So might not be the best option. So don't vote yet. Don't vote yet. This is fine. Armor system's another one, but that's not as fancy either because it's already done. The armor system would just be me writing out the armor system because it's already done. And I would just be like saying it in a way that sounds good. So that's a little bit different. What the hell? Life and hit points. Oh, I just have to rewrite that. So that's the thing. Damage. No, see the damage that just be really martial weapon system. That might be a martial weapon system and the maneuvers. The weapon and maneuvers, that might be a solid option. And then conditions. That's another really good option. Okay, so really it's skills, maneuvers, conditions. Which one do y'all want to see? Vote in the chat. Just say which one of those three words, and the most ones I see, we will do that one. Right? So skills. So say skills, maneuvers, or conditions. I've watched a couple of DC20 videos, but being on temporary pause on Patreon, I feel like I'm behind. Matthew, I know. There's been 6 Patreon live streams now at this point where I've revealed pretty much everything but the spell system, which is next week. Maneuvers, conditions. Okay, maneuvers wins. Okay. Cody, I don't know how to spell maneuvers either. I spelled it wrong so many times, and there's a random E in the middle. But anyway, I digress. Conditions are a good one. Conditions are a good one. Maneuvers. All right, maneuvers is the go. So here we go. Martial maneuvers. So, so what I'm gonna try and do here is this is a different kind of live stream. I am developing and game designing the tabletop roleplay game I'm releasing, which is a weird, you know what I'm saying? I know Matt Colville does this type of thing. I think in the future, this is going to be the patron-only live streams have been, right now, I do patron-only live streams where I reveal all the rules. They get super early access to all that kind of stuff. The game is going to come out in about a month or two as far as the alpha of the game. Patrons will get access to that, different tiers, different wars, all that kind of stuff, right? Check that out if you want to know more. But I do want to share this with the public at some point as well. So what's probably going to evolve and happen is these types of live streams where I'm developing the game, creating classes, creating subclasses, creating magic items, all that kind of really cool stuff. I'm going to do patron only live streams for that stuff, the like designing the game type stuff. And then I am going to do more of these live streams, but actually go to, I go to the other parts of the game with the green check marks and talk about the combat system, talk about the weapon system, talk about all this other stuff. So anyway, John Gardner and Freddie, let's go. Wait, I'm starting a one shot with your system on Tuesday. From what the pieces that you got of it, that's so awesome that people are trying to piece together. Which I can't wait to get you the alpha for especially people like you, to help you out, to actually give you the all the pieces. You know what I'm saying? All right. So here we go. Lucas, what's up, Lucas? Lucas Gardner. I see all the familiar faces. All right. So what you see here also is a bunch of just notes. Especially the yellow. I'm just like straight up talking and like in cat. It's just very casual stuff, right? So this is absolutely behind the scenes here. So disclaimer for all of that. So before we get into Marshall's save, so the Marshall save DC is just going to be a save DC. Your character save DC. It's just going to be, wait, why am I in the weird spot? Okay, there we go. Marshall save DC is the same thing as your spell save DC. So it's just your save DC. What's your save DC? Yep, that's what it's going to be. It is your save DC, which is just your save DC. Which is 8 plus combat mastery plus prime modifier. Cool, done. So that your save DC is going to be a heading 3, which would make this yellow because I'm super organized, people. Color coded out the. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, color coded. Martial maneuvers and techniques. That is the title. So this would be the title. Martial maneuvers and techniques. It gets a pretty little color thing, and then I'm color coding the crap out of everything. So heading 1, martial maneuvers and techniques. Yes, got it. We'll talk about that. Blah. Wait, why is caps on? Blah. There'll be something to talk about that. The first thing I would talk about with martial techniques and maneuvers is martial mastery feature, spellcasting feature, spell mastery feature, martial mastery feature. Yep. That's gonna be the first thing. What do you get with it? Which I already know what you get with it, but I'm just laying it out here. I'm not gonna, again, with this, I'm not gonna write out. I don't want you guys to sit and watch me write sentences. That's not exciting. You know what I'm saying? Jason Hull, we got so many people coming back in. Guys, I miss these live streams. Phoenix is here. Man. Kids are calling. Have a great night. Later, Phoenix. 10 like that. 10 what? Power Hungary's here. All the familiar faces. Let's go. All right. So mastery feature, that is what lets you be able to use maneuvers and stuff. And I would say I would probably also answer who can use maneuvers, weapon maneuvers, different types of maneuvers. I spelled maneuvers wrong. See, I'm spelling it 2 different ways. I don't really care. Different types of maneuvers, which we're about to get into right now, and then the save DC, and then what the save DC is, what this is, the formula for it, and then example. Cool. And then that's the outline. Great. All good vibes tonight. Let's go. Maybe people get married with swords. What? All right. So then technique lists that's going to be one of the oh, that's Nexus's thing. Yeah. Okay. We'll come back to that. All right. So maneuvers. All right. So now, maneuvers list. These are all the different maneuvers. I don't need this to be a drop down anymore. I can have this be a heading 3. Do I need the maneuvers list to be a heading 3? That maneuvers list probably would be a martial maneuvers and techniques. Yeah, this is going to be heading 2. Heading 2, which means it's purple and not underlined. Bold doesn't matter. Maneuvers list. Maneuvers. You gain access to special maneuvers when you make special attacks. I think that's already going to be explained up here. Up here. I don't need that. So you gain access to those special attacks. Okay, cool. Maneuvers. You gain access to the possible list of maneuvers and techniques. If you're not familiar and you're not up to date with DC20 RPG, every single martial character gets martial maneuvers and martial techniques. Maneuvers, actually, another beautiful thing with DC20 is the mirrored synergy of across the whole game. There's synergy between light armor and heavy armor. There's synergy between spellcasters and martial characters. Spellcasters use mana, spellcasters have mana, and they can cast spells with that mana. And then there's baby versions of spells called cantrips, which you can cast for free with no mana. But, spoiler alert, you can actually pour mana into cantrips to amp them up to... Anyway, super cool. And then in the same mirrored section, it's a 1-to-1. Martial characters have stamina, and they can use stamina to do a bunch of cool stuff, right? And stamina works way different than mana. It's entirely different on almost every way. And then martial characters have stamina. They can spend stamina on a bunch of cool stuff, also including class features and whatnot too. But they have something called techniques, and they can spend stamina to these really cool, big, badass techniques. And there's also mini baby versions of those techniques called maneuvers. Like cantrips are to spells, maneuvers are to, same thing. So maneuvers are something that you can just do, right? So you know how Battlemaster fighters are always really cool and they can do trip attacks and all these things? Yeah, all martial characters can do cool stuff. Because why not, right? Literally, why not, right? Math teacher, yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, the formulas for this stuff, I don't know if you even want to see the formulas for the armor and how down a rabbit hole that I went with armor and how to calculate it and hitting a percentage threshold and coming up with a system that, yeah, it might be a whole 10 where I'd go talk about that. But very small amount of people would want to really, truly listen to that. Oh my God, Daniel. He said mana and stamina. Stamina? Mana, stamina? Stamina, stamina? Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Let's go. Now, where are we at? Okay, maneuvers list. Okay, we're in the maneuvers list now. Game design feedback. Okay, no. Pass over both. Okay, so yeah, I know. Balance, presented two different things. I'm just making sure I'm reading through my own thoughts, open type of way. Yeah, cool. Marshals all, we already talked about that. Who gets them? Okay, cool. So who can use maneuvers? One of the things here is martial classes. Yep. Who can use maneuvers? What do you get with it? Okay, cool. So this is going to be what are? Martial, what are yeah, no, I'm going to talk about that here. Martial classes with the martial mastery. Martial classes get the martial mastery feature. No. Anyone with the martial mastery feature, this is given to all martial classes at level 1, or characters can pick it up with a talent as well. Cool. So that's how they get it. This is how they got it. Okay, cool. And this is also my creative process here is I do passes. I just think it's much less efficient. So I'm doing sweeping passes, and you'll see what I'm talking about, right? Sean, you want to watch me? You usually use time. You 2 times me, bro. That's respect, because I talk pretty quick. So I always do at least a 1.5 whenever I watch YouTube videos. Heck yeah. And then 4E. I never played 4E, so if this sounds like 4E and that's great to you, I love it. Cool. Never played, but I'm going to say Fire. Oh, God. Matthew Heyman with a $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. It's been a while since I've gotten a super. Thank you, bro. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. I feel you, Matthew. I feel you. I am not alone. I'm not alone. Appreciate you, bro. Let's throw that fuel to the fire. All right, let's go. Alternate tackle rules. So this is my pass. I'm doing pass through here. Also, if you guys have anything to say specifically to me, like out of the ordinary, do the @the dungeon coach, and I can be able to see it better. Because in general, I love when you guys chat and talk to each other, share ideas, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to try and be as efficient as I can going through this. So yeah. But yeah, I got you guys. Can some casters get Martial Master like Bladesinger has? Exactly, for sure, Liam. And that's kind of the thing. Martial Mastery feature can be given to all martial classes at level 1. Some sub classes by given to all martial classes at level 1. Some subclasses or characters can pick it up with talent as well. Yes. So yes, 100%. That's going to be something that a subclass gets, and then they get to do some cool stuff. Cool. So tackle rules, alternate tackle rules. We'll keep that there. Power tackle, no. Okay. So we'll play with that once we get there. Restrain. In AA, we had to make your target prone. We can add a version of AA with restraining. It's just fine. We already have that. That's going to be coming in a second. Conditions, yeah, we'll try that out in a second too. And advanced grapple. So we have martial grapple, martial maneuvers, alternate tackle. Okay, so this is now where we need to start organizing. So martial maneuvers are things like shove, power shove, but we actually already codified shove. Shove's already taken care of, so I'm going to probably have to change that. And maybe even just remove it, because we already have a really cool shove. I'll show you guys in a second. The shove, it's just so cool. It's actually a cool thing to do. Martial grapple maneuvers. So these can be performed. Okay, cool. And then advanced grapple maneuvers. This is the 2.0 system. And advanced attack maneuvers. Yeah, see, so I need to combine all these things. So swap and tackle is not necessarily an attack maneuver, but I need to group these things together. So I'm going to need to group these right now. So we're going to have grapple, grappling. Yeah, we're just going to have it be grappling, right? So grappling, and not pink, but purple. And then, so grappling is going to be right there. Martial grapple maneuvers. That's going to be yellow. Okay, so not green, but yellow. I'll get that right. Okay, so martial grapple maneuvers, advanced grapple maneuvers. This is the 2.0 of this. So this is the 2.0 of that, which is fine. And then that's it, just in rambling. So then there's, and the suffocation will need. Advanced attack maneuvers are going to go under all of this up here. Advanced attack maneuvers, and there we go. And that's going to come up here with the martial maneuvers. And then we're going to have a maneuvers list. I'm going to make that a heading 1. And then make this big. All right, so martial maneuvers and then grappling. So attack maneuvers. These are all maneuvers. So these are going to be attack maneuvers. Oops. And then we're going to have grapple maneuvers. So attack maneuvers. And then advanced attack maneuvers. Sure. And then that's going to be yellow. And then this is going to also be yellow. All right, so we're getting the organization here. Attack maneuvers. Okay, we're going to combine all those. And then we got grappling maneuvers. I spelled maneuvers correctly, y'all. Let's go. Defensive maneuvers. That's going to be bigger. Defensive maneuvers. Okay, cool. And then techniques list. We can put that down here under techniques. That's going to be a heading 1. So cool. And then that's purple. So techniques. Yeah, techniques list. Technique list. Maneuvers list. Maneuver list. Technique list. There we go. Cool. Back to the chat. Hey, can you briefly talk about how weapon damage works? I worked on a system with a friend a while back. Had a idea to dice based on Matthew Heyman, of course. Matthew Heyman, you just $10 super chatted. Of course, I'll tell you about the basically the damage system works like this. We also have 50 people here now, so this is a little sneak peek into DC20 RPG how it works. Basically, make an attack roll, and I always thought it was dumb how attack rolls in D&D don't matter. Like, yes, it matters if you hit, but literally your attack roll is a hit or miss or a natural 20. Of course that matters, but it's just a 5% chance, right? But you either hit or you miss, and that's a binary system in the game, which I've always thought was dumb when you have like a 27 to hit and you're like, oh yeah, sure, that hits, and it hits the same. Even if someone's armor class is 15 and you roll a 15, it's the exact same as if you rolled that 27. It's the same. I've always thought that's dumb. And in the same time as a dungeon master, when you roll and you get like 32 to hit and people are like, ha 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 ha, and it's always like a meme. It's like a funny joke. It's like, okay, yeah, of course that hits. No. In DC20, that's going to be an actual moment of a awesome moment where the player rolls really high and they're excited for a high attack roll, and the Dungeon Master rolls really high, and that's going to be scary because it deals more damage. Because in DC20 RPG, when you hit, and you deal a straight up amount of damage based on what it is you're doing. Most weapons, a one-handed weapon deals 2 damage. It's not 1d6, 1d8, and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I have removed damage dice from the game, but it's also, that's going to speed up the game in lots of other ways. And I could go on a huge rant about why I've removed damage dice from the game in that way. It is nothing but an increase and an improvement to the game. I will go on a future rant in a future live stream about that, so stay tuned for that. But that's the whole thing. So a normal one-handed weapon deals 2 damage, and if you hit them, it deals 2 damage. If you hit them and beat the armor class by 5, it deals 1 more damage, right? So every 5 you beat the armor class by, it deals an extra point of damage, right? So in DC20 RPG, there's a miss. So let's say the DC is 15. The AC, the armor class is 15, and you hit, right? I'll put it here, right? The armor class is 15. You roll a 13, 14. Obviously, you miss. You deal no damage. Ooh, you roll the 15. Let's say you're using a 2 damage weapon. So you dealt 2 damage. Cool. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, all deals that 2 damage. But as soon as you roll 20, which is beating the 15 by 5, bonus damage. Oh my God, you just dealt 50% more damage. That's crazy. That's important. That's awesome, right? So now adding things to your attack roll deals more damage. Attacking with advantage, which means you could probably roll higher, deals more damage, right? And then if you rolled, so it's a 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, another bonus damage. Oh my God, it's crazy. So that's how damage works as far as that goes. So yeah. How are maneuvers going to work? You spend action points to be able to do a maneuver. And you have to be able to have the maneuver, which is going to be you being a martial class and everything, and then you're able to do and perform a maneuver. In DC20 RPG, you have 4 action points. I have done a video on that. And you have 4 action points to spend, and maneuvers cost action points. Simple as that, right? And then you mean attack checks. Liam, don't get me started. Me and Imperius went back and forth on attack checks. He really wants to do an attack check, and it really does make a lot of sense. We still might do it. I don't know. Don't get me started. And Cody is 100% right. The combat in DC20 RPG is truly going to be fast because you roll and you deal damage, and then you describe the hit. If you're a paladin and you divine smite, it adds an extra damage onto your hit, and so now let's say you roll a 20 to hit. Oh, so I hit with a 2 and I got a bonus damage. I'm divine smiting for plus 2 more damage, 5 damage. Bang! You know how quick that was? You didn't have to collect D8s and then roll the D8s and then add the D8s up and then all that kind of stuff. The combat can keep going. The descriptions can keep going. The next person's turn happens. Get out of here. And then honestly, I'd call it attack check in the rules and let people call it attack roll. I know, Ashley, that might be what we do. Just don't tell anybody. Okay. So here we go. Back to the list. So here we go. Where are we at? All right. Gotta get recentered here. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm doing my first pass. Alternate tackle rules. We'll tackle that. See what I did there? We'll tackle that in a second. And then Okay, all in bad 4 big points to move together. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a good point to make is when you have to spend the points. Yeah. So I'm gonna say when to spend points, which I can actually talk to you guys about that. And then I'm worried these might be too optimal. Always the first thing shenanigans. I don't know how easy to do. These feats are rogue type thing. Either way is balanced. Okay, cool. This would be the best way to use advanced grapple options. More points. Wait, tackle and attack. This might be the best in some ways. Advanced grapple. Can you do points in that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So, right on. Will there be modifiers that can be added based on your level of skill with said weapon? If it's a wizard picks up a sword to deal the same damage as martial. Oh yeah. No. Different weapons. First of all, spellcasters are not going to be able to use the same weapons as marshals just by light weapon and heavy weapon proficiencies. And yes, a wizard using a short sword is going to deal 2 damage. A fighter using a short sword is going to deal 2 damage. But how a fighter is going to deal more damage with a sword is using their class features and abilities and maneuvers and all this other kind of stuff. They might have a fighting style that gives them a bonus to their weapon damage with one-handed. They have a dueling thing or what. Fighters are going to have class features that make them deal more damage with the weapon, right? So yes, a barbarian will deal more damage with a short sword because he's raging and he gains bonus damage while, all that kind of stuff, right? So yeah. And then, yeah, cool. All right, so when to spend points. That's the only thing there that is important. Okay, cool. So then that's all good. Grappling is all good. And we'll combine all that. Defensive maneuvers. Okay, so now let's do these attack maneuvers here. All right, so first of all, the shove. Sorry, I didn't switch back to this. I am going to pull this up over here. So I'm going to pull this up. I think this is where it looks good. Yeah, that's it. All right. So if I go over here to combat actions and I go down to shove. Shove is already here. Shove is not a maneuver anymore. Shove is a baseline action that you can do, right? It's also super cool. You spend 1 action point and you make an athletics check contested by their athletics or acrobatics, just like a grapple check, right? And you push the creature. If you succeed, you push the creature 1 space, right? 1 space is 1 literal grid line. A space is 5 feet, so we call it space. Simple. You shove a creature back 1 space. But you also shove them back an additional space for every 5 your check is higher. Do you see how the synergy of this game is all packaging together, right? Every 5 above the armor class, you get an extra point of damage. Every 5 above a shove check, they get shoved back 1 more space. Oh my gosh, it's like it's merged. It's like it has its own life. But another cool thing is I've also combined shove and prone together, because you can shove someone prone or you could shove someone back and they fall prone. Because if you want to knock them prone, you can choose to reduce the total distance the target is shoved back by 1 space. So you can spend and sacrifice 1 space to make them prone, right? So if you beat them in the check just by a little bit, and you can either then choose to shove them back 1 space or make them fall prone right there. But if you beat them by 10, right, and you succeeded and you beat them by 10, 5, 10, right, that's 3 spaces. You could shove them back 3 spaces, which is 15 feet in D&D. You could shove them back 3 spaces, or you could shove them back 2 spaces and they fall prone. Ooh, let's go. Yes, you add might to shove because might is an athletics check. Athletics is might based, so might is pertaining to shoves. Yes. And then Cody gotcha. Okay, there you go. I know how to attack maneuver system, but wait, I don't know how attached you are to that maneuver system, but you may want to consider how the maneuvers worked in D&D Next. In D&D Next, the 5e playtest. D&D Next. I've curated and gone through a lot before these maneuvers have came to the spot where they're at. So I'm not familiar with that, but I've gone through other versions of D&D and other Battlemaster maneuvers and Pathfinder different things and all that kind of stuff to gain and soak in inspiration from before I've gotten to this spot. So yeah. And then cool. All right. So all right. So the shove is done. Shove's done. Make a contested grapple check. Shove back. No. Power shove. They're pushed back 15 feet. No. Swap places. Okay. Swap is not an attack maneuver. that's going to be a defensive maneuver. So I'm going to move swap down here to the defensive maneuvers here. Swap's really cool. You just swap places with another creature. You have to either make a check for it, or you can swap with an ally. Ooh, cool. And then cool. So knowing wizards, they'll probably mess it up. Jade Gorton. Right now, all information on DC20 RPG is available on my Patreon, early access, and I have 6 videos explaining lots of the rules. I've gone through almost all of the rules except for spells, and then obviously, like, you know, character creation, because classes and stuff is the last thing to be made in a game system, because you have to make the game system before you get the idea. But in about a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months tops, the alpha will be released on Patreon. And certain reward tiers, right now it's the bronze dragon tier, will get access to the full alpha, which is gonna, I mean, it's fully playable. Like, when I release the alpha, you should be able to play in a campaign with it. Like, that's my goal, right? So heck yeah. And then lift them off the ground with a push. Are you able to lift them off the ground? Yeah, I mean, however you want to describe it, they got moved back. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. This is Notion. I use Notion for lots of things. All right, cool. So tackle, it's attack maneuver of tackle, trip, push, disarm. We have all these different things down here for maneuvers. Interesting. Okay, so if you move at least 15 feet this turn, you can make a contested grapple check against a creature. Yeah, this is going. Yeah, we're going for a tackle. Okay, so if you move at least 15 feet in this turn, 15 feet. If you move at least 3 spaces. This turn you can make a contested grapple check against the creature. Success, you and the creature both move 1 space forward from where you came from, both falling prone. So if you succeed, you and the creature both move 1 space forward. So you move 3 spaces, you contact the creature in a certain space, you and the creature both move 1 space forward, and both fall prone. The creature is grappled by you and takes 1 point of damage. Okay. So now for balancing this thing, you have a requirement of moving 3 spaces. So there is a requirement to this. So it's not a baseline. You had to beat them in a check. So this is also just for game balance perspective. Is you have a negatives that you have, like, certain conditions you have to meet. I'll switch it back to this screen. You have certain conditions you have to meet, which make it weaker. And then there's stronger things, right? So that's what I'm going through the balance of right now. So you need to move at least 3 spaces. That's 1 negative. And you have to win a contested grapple check. So you got to win a contested grapple check against a creature. And if you succeed, you both move 1 space forward. So that's another, you're displacing the enemy. So that's a good thing. You're displacing the enemy where you both came from. Oh, but you both fall prone. Ooh, but they're also prone. You and them are both prone. You know what I'm saying? Which is the interesting thing about this. The creature's grappled by you and takes 1 point of damage. So that is pretty balanced. You see what I'm saying? There's enough requirements. You have to beat the check. It's 1 point of damage, because again, in this system, a normal attack would have been 2 points of damage, right? So they do still take damage in some way, right? So there you go. So I would say that is good to go. That is balanced. So one thing I would say here, though, is you can spend... wait, no, how do we phrase it here? Yeah, you can spend. You can spend 1 AP to move at least 3 spaces and tackle at least 3 spaces to tackle a creature. Make a contested grapple check against the creature. Success. Okay, cool. You get the idea. Okay, cool. There's that. All right, cool. So then there's that. And we can delete this 1. And then now that is the tackle, but then tackle now gets to be here. And tackle is now a feature. And now you can tackle. Bada bing, bada boom. Sweet. And then this doesn't need to be purple. We just made the tackle feature, guys. There's the tackle feature. Oh my God. Can you shove someone 1 space in any direction? Or the space is open as in upwards? Oh, okay, yeah. So the shove, is any direction. The shove's any direction. Because I would say you would be like, now tackle is forwards, right? one space forward. There we go. Forward from where you both came from. But shove is any direction. You can shove them backwards. Imagine like, you freaking grab somebody, you lean back and like kick them over yourself, right? You can go backwards. I don't give a shit. Yeah, let's go. Just freaking throw people, y'all. Let's go. Throw them anywhere you want. Daniel Martinez, you just pinged. Oh, okay. Yeah, you pinged me for that. Jade Gorton, estimated release of Alpha is late April, early March. Right now is the current timeline of the release of Alpha, but then I'm gonna go right from releasing Alpha right on into the beta, because I want to get more classes out there and really just keep escalating things up and up and up. Are maneuvers damage DR reducible? Brandon, are you talking about DR as in damage reduction? Because that means you're a patron and you've seen the damage reduction system of the armor system. So are the maneuvers damage DR reducible? Damage DR reduced. Damage DR. I don't know what you mean by damage DR. Late March, January, February, March, April, May. No, I did not say it wrong. I said the wrong month. Late April, early May. January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, I'm terrible with months. Absolutely terrible with months. So late April, early May is my current estimation. Yeah. So Spartan kick. Yeah, Spartan kick. All right, cool. All right, back to it. Alternate tackle rules, which we probably don't need now. Tackle, if you move 15 feet, you can make a creature. If you hit, make a tackle. No, it's not going to be a tackle roll. If you want to spend an additional 1 action point, you can choose to go with them, which is already what we did. And you shove both and you fall prone. Creature also. Okay, cool. So we don't need any of that. That's done. Sweet. The way you just worded tackle sounds like you spend the movement AP, tackle at the same time. Intention. Wait. The way you worded tackle sounds like you spend your movement AP to tackle at the same time. No, you would have to move. You can spend it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You can spend 1 AP to to attempt. Yeah. Okay, cool. You can spend 1 AP to attempt to tackle a creature. You must have moved at least 3 spaces to do so. All of my wording is wordsmithed by my team. I know what the mechanics are. I know what I want the mechanics are, and then we all kind of wordsmith it to make it sound much better. And that's my team does a great job of that. I feel like I'm very good at coming up with the mechanics of things, but saying it, I'm like, this is how it works. You make it sound pretty. All right. So, but yes, that is a key thing there, Daniel. That's true. You do not get movement and no. So anyway, which also makes me maybe want to move this up to 2 damage. Because you have to be moving and boom. You have to beat him in and tackle. Yeah, I'm going to make it 2 damage because of the movement thing, because you don't have the actual movement. Words are hard. Yeah. You're J.R. Hawks, you are right. If you move at least 3 spaces, you can spend. Oh, yeah, you know what? Barry, I like that. Barry. I'm going to copy that. So here we go. Let me see. If you move at least 3 spaces, you can spend 1 AP to attempt to tackle a creature. Make it contested. Bada bing, bada boom. Here comes the boom. Sweet. Thank you, Barry. Very nice wordsmithing there. Does AR apply to maneuvers, or are they exempt? AR. Does AR apply to maneuvers, or are they exempt? What is AR? What is AR, people? Y'all are using abbreviations. Interesting. Oh, I see what you're saying. No. They would technically, damage reduction from armor would not apply to this because it's just a grapple check and you're just wrestling with somebody. They got you. And if you lose, you're smashing into the ground. Your armor's not going to reduce that. Your armor does reduce attacks and all that kind of stuff for sure. So I think this would bypass the armor in that way for heavy armor stuff. J.R. Hawks, spellcasters will not be overpowered compared to melee classes. You just wait, bro. You just wait, bro. Okay, cool. So, and Brandon, props to you, Brandon. Brandon knows the lingo, bro. I was like, you keep using lingo. I was like, man, Brandon's in the loop. I see you, Brandon. All right. Advanced attack maneuvers. Ignore this section. Pretty much disarm. Okay, cool. So trip disarm. So now we're gonna. Oh yeah, we gotta get to that. Okay. Excuse me. So that's fine. Trip maneuvers. Okay. Make an attack roll contested by the target's check. Yeah, see, this is always going to be... It's always going to be weird. Make an attack roll contested by the target's check. Success, the target falls prone and takes 1 point of damage. We actually have a full system to deal with this now. Huh. Interesting. All right. So another thing to talk about here, and this is not something I've shared with patrons necessarily, because this has came up since I did the attack roll live stream for them. This is a new development, and this is actually really freaking cool. Here's how damage and effects work in DC20, right? We've already talked about how damage works. Attack rolls, every 5 you beat it by, you deal more damage, right? So cool, right? When you cast fire at somebody, you shoot a fireball or shoot a fire spray, a scorching ray, whatever. You make an attack roll against somebody and you roll higher. Spellcasters deal more damage whenever they hit, right? Just like an archer also deals more damage when their attack rolls higher, etc. So anytime, stay with me here on this one, anytime you are going to deal damage to somebody, you are going to make a roll of some kind against their DC, armor class, whatever, right? And the higher you roll that attack roll, the more damage you deal. There's a base amount of damage to the spell, to the weapon, to the attack, whatever. And you can add extra stuff, your class features and bonus stuff, and spend extra mana or spend extra features and all this kind of stuff to amp your damage. Yes, sure, cool. That is damage. And then there's effects. There's a physical effects like being knocked down, being knocked back, being knocked prone, being stunned, being paralyzed, being mind controlled, all effects, slowed down in some way, right? There's effects. So in DC20, all damage is done by attack rolls versus your armor class. All effects are done by saving throws versus the save DC of the character. So in a spell like let's make up a spell right now. It's an ice spell. You shoot an ice knife type of situation. It's an ice bolt. We're gonna call it ice bolt. Freezing ray. Never mind. We're gonna call it freezing ray. You make it's ice and you hit them, and when it hits them, it slows their movement speed. Cool. Instantly within this system, I know how that spell works. That is going to be an attack roll for the damage, and the target makes a save. You do both at the same time. Stay with me on this one. You do both at the same time. So you spend points, you spend your class feature stuff. So you'd make an attack roll. If I'm attacking you, no offense, I'm attacking you with my ice freezing ray ability, right? I make an attack roll to see how much I damage you for. You make a save right away. I could miss you. You still make a save. Stay with me. So I make an attack roll for damage to see if I hit you. You make a saving throw for the spell effect to see if the spell takes effect, right? And then one of 4 scenarios happen. Good for me means I hit you and you failed. So you take damage from my ability and you're slowed. Nice. There's also 2 really cool abilities in the center here. Maybe the damage, the slow effect. Maybe I hit you, but you saved on the slow effect and you're not slowed. The ice takes over. You feel the pain of the damage, but you shake it off, and you're ready to keep going. You're not slowed down. In this DC20 system with this interesting, I think it's cool. You guys will tell me in the chat if you think it's cool. There's another scenario here in these 4 scenarios where I make my attack roll and I miss, right? But again, spells in the end, you know how spells work. If there's the half save for damage, no. In this, you make your attack roll and they make a save before you've said like, oh, make an attack roll to hit. You hit. Now it's a constant. No. It happens at the same time. I am making my attack roll as you are making your save, and there is a scenario where you fail the save and I miss the attack. Now, it's not literally me missing because I'm just a haphazard wizard and oh, you shoot it in there. No, part of the spell still hits. I hit the ground right in front of you. It freezes up and slows you down. So you failed the effect. So the effect takes over on you, but you don't take any damage. This also partially goes into balancing the game to where it doesn't just feel bad because you spent your mana and nothing happened. And you just you just wasted mana. Dang it, right? But it also happens at the same time, and it's faster too, because instead of make my roll and then I say my hit and then ooh you hit and then I say make a Constitution saving throw and then they make their and it's two different things happening at two different times. This streamlines it to happen at the same time, right? So I make my attack roll, you make your save, and I'm like 13 hit, and they're like hits, and then saves, right? And so then that happens. So now one of those 4 scenarios happens. I either hit you and you're slowed, or I hit you and you're not slowed, or you don't take any damage, but you are slowed. You see what I'm saying there? And the ice takes over, but you don't take any damage from it, right? Your constitution, you're solid enough to not reduce your hit points at all, but you still got to deal with the slow effect. And then, of course, the 4th scenario is I miss and you resist the effect. That is truly a miss, like you actually missed the effect. I think it's really cool. I think it's going to be fun to play test, and if it's terrible, we'll find out in play testing, because this is the type of thing that just sounds really fun because the interesting scenarios of everything that could possibly happen, like psychic damage effects where you resist the effect, but you took psychic damage, or you don't take psychic damage, but now there's this effect. So every spell kind of has this cool thing where it could be really bad, but there's 2 interesting levels of not bad where you just take damage, but you save, or you don't take any damage and you failed. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what do y'all think of that? What do y'all think of that? Give me numbers in the chat, 1 through 10 of how good you think that is. 10 being, oh my God, I can't wait. I really want to play test it. 1 being, that's garbage. How dare you? You suck at making TTRPG game rules. So give me the pulse check. Ooh, I see with the 8.3. I like the decimals. I respect. I see you made it. Let's go. Frostbolt. There you go. What did I call it? Frost ray? Freezing ray? Freezing bolt. It's been a week trying to catch up. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. Oh, gated. Yeah. That's just my casual talking, AJ Bernard. I probably spelled gated wrong or used it in the wrong context. That's funny. Cool. Decimals. Got it. Sweet. Cool. Yeah, I see. It was mostly high numbers and stuff. And then I would say anyone that was like kind of on the fence about that, that's where the playtesting comes in. And anyone who said like below a 7 or below, I really would love for you to playtest that, see how it feels, and then let me know if it still feels like, oh, that feels bad. You know what I'm saying? And then. Oh yeah. Lots of questions about all that kind of stuff, which is all gonna be coming down the pipeline. So, with that game design intention, I now have to move forward with creating things a certain way, right? So, here we go. This is now going to be the advanced attack maneuvers and attacks all the way up through here. Gosh, disarm, all this disarm stuff. I hate disarm. Push, you land attack on somebody, you can push and shove them back. Okay, that's going to be one of the things here. Knock back 5 feet. Okay, cool. So that's that. And then make an attack roll contested by check if they fall prone. Okay, that's prone. That's going to be handled down here. Yep. And then disarm. Oh man, disarm. I hate disarm. Because I just know as a dungeon master, I don't want to have everything just be disarm is a fine line. Because if you make disarm overpowered, people are going to do it all the damn time. And then if you make it too weak, no one's ever going to do it. So it's like. So let's talk about Daniel. I see your decimal. Daniel. You just really came in hot with that decimal. So disarm. In fact, let's go ahead and say this is disarm. All right. So, all right, disarm. Heading 3. Let's see what we got. Make an attack roll contested by the target's check. See, I don't know if I want to make an attack roll. I think you do have to have it be an attack roll because you got to hit. That has to be a heavy hit. I could have it be that. Yeah. Yep. Make an attack roll contested by the targets. Okay. Make an attack roll. When you land a heavy hit. No. Okay. Make an attack roll contested by the target's check. See, with a system that we just had, that's not how that's going to work. Contested by the target. Well, actually, you know what? For disarm, we might be able to make a little something different happen for disarm. So make an attack roll contested by the targets. We're going to call it... yeah, it's going to be an agility. Agility save. Agility save. I'm going to put agility save in there for right now. And then I'll come back to the chat here in a second. I'm gonna hack my way through this, and I see a bunch of people in the chat saying some stuff. So then I'm gonna come back. So make an attack roll contested by the target's agility save. The target has advantage if the check is they're holding with two hands. You have disadvantage if the target is one size larger than you. You cannot. So let me fix that here. Say make an attack roll against the target save. Yeah. The target has advantage on the check if you're holding with two hands. You have the fire. Okay. Actually, no. You know what? I like. Whoa. Okay. I like having that be there. Okay. You have disadvantage on the target one size smaller than you. You cannot disarm a creature that is two sizes larger than you. Okay, which now lets us be able to delete this. Success. Success colon. You gain possession of the object, or it falls in. No, you don't gain possession of the object. Well, disarm. Make an attack roll. Yeah, no. You the item, the object. The object. Wait. The targeted object falls into an unoccupied space of your choice within 10 feet of the creature. Yeah. But now, agility save. Like, oh man, people disarming wizards, spellcasting focus, and disarming big, huge lugs. Weapons. That feels dumb and bad, so I don't know if it can be an agility save. In fact, you know what? This obviously it should be this. It should not be an agility save. Contested by the targets. Athletics or acrobatics. Acrobatics. There we go. Okay, cool. Disadvantage. Okay, cool. All right, that's good enough to at least come back to it in a second. Target's choice. Yeah. I should clarify that it's target's choice. Target's choice. Okay, cool. All right. Where are the modifiers? Will there be modifiers to attacks on items and weapons? Yes. Your attack roll modifier is your prime modifier plus your combat modifier. Your prime modifier is your highest attribute score of all your attributes, and your combat modifier is half your level. That's your proficiency in the system. It's combat mastery. No reason why maneuvers that deal both damage and cause a condition would have some 4 potential outcomes. No reason why maneuvers that deal both damage and cause condition would have the same 4 potential outcomes. Now, Daniel, I need you to at me again because I don't know what side you're on. Because are you saying that maneuvers should have 4 scenarios, or maneuvers should not have 4 scenarios, and it should be I hit and stuff happens? Is that what you're saying? I need you to clarify on that. Can players get something if they pass the save and the attacker misses? Can players get something if they pass the save? Oh, well, so if they pass the save and the attack misses, that's just good. You already got something. You know what I'm saying? That's already That's the best case scenario. I don't want you to get something even more than that, you know? Like you get like, oh, now you have an opportunity attack against them. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I'm saying? So then on a hit, add AP to attempt to disarm a creature. On a hit for what? On a hit, add AP to attempt to disarm a creature. Add AP. I can't. Not to be noodly, but disarming someone can be a matter of finesse or strength. Yeah, for sure. That's another reason why I threw in acrobatics and athletics. You can brute. Yep. Is disarm a trickery check? See, I could see that. Then maybe it's an agility save, but you disarm a blatant grab of the weapon, then it's a might save. Yeah. See, I feel like I don't want it to be tied to a save as much. I really don't think it should be a save. Contested by the target's athletics, acrobatic. You know what? We're gonna say athletics, acrobatics, or trickery check. Target's choice. I like adding trickery in there. Trickery is a freaking cool spell. Cool skill check. Trickery is basically DC20's version of sleight of hand, but it's cooler. I think it's cooler. Target's choice. Can't disarm a magic item. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I agree with you. Are you strong enough to rip from my hands? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess that is going to be something for spellcasters they got to kind of watch out for, because that could be bad. That could be real bad. There we go. So, successful hit. Okay. If maneuvers deal both damage and cause a condition, then the target could try to save against the condition. If maneuvers deal both damage and cause a condition, then the target could try to save against the condition. Well, see, the problem though there, Daniel, is for like the tackle, for example. I guess tackle's maybe a bad example. That's a little bit more. Because even, like I said, shove, you know. A shove doesn't deal damage, though. So it's like a check situation. So, tackle. Should tackle be an attack roll contested by a might save? Might is strength in DC20. So, is that what a tackle is? Attack roll, might save? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I really like where tackle's at. But if I'm trying to apply this to tackle, it's a little weird. Yes. 10. That sounds good. That's kind of what I'm almost saying a tackle is with this system. So let's go down that rabbit hole. So you make an attack roll as the target makes a might save. Yep. You can attack as the target makes a might save. Yeah. Or athletics check. Oh, I see. It should be a might or agility save. Makes a might or agility save. Target's choice. Attack. See, now this is where we're gonna have to codify how this whole thing looks. Attack, hit. The attack hits 2 damage. Failed save. Again, this is not how it's going to look when the game's released. I'm going to have some wordsmithing of how to make it look solid. All I care about right now is the mechanics. A failed save is you move both you. Oh, right there. Failed save. You and the creature moves 1 space forward from where you came from. Both fall prone. That's what happens with a failed save. And you take 2 damage. So it would be hit is 2 damage. Fail Yeah, I mean that's how I'm going to codify it right now. But then that is the same thing. But then I also have to say, if you move 3 spaces, you can spend 1 AP to. If you move 3 spaces, you can spend 1 AP to make an attack roll. As the target makes a mic save, which is a target choice. Okay. Tackle 2.0. Interesting. Interesting, people. Thoughts on that? Because you can attack bonus and stuff. Yep. Still think tackle needs a size requirement. Oh. Yeah, for sure. If you move, save. If you decide to make an attack, you can make an attack roll. You can only. Oh. There we go. I'll just steal this exact thing I said already. You cannot tackle a creature that's 2 sizes larger than you. Okay, cool. Done. Because I agree. Careful about calling an attack roll because you want to use language to modify attack rolls. Wait, what? Careful about calling an attack roll in case you want to use language to modify attack rolls. Well, that would be all fun. It all would fit within an attack roll. And it would be modified by attack rolls. I like the synergy between spells and martial maneuvers techniques. Yeah, for sure. I'm seeing the synergy too. Synergy. If they're 2 sizes smaller, make them auto succeed the save. Well, then they would just be making an attack roll for 2 damage, I guess. I guess that's a cool way to say it. Creatures 2 sizes larger than you automatically save. That's cool. That's a cool way to say it. That's embracing the differentness, right? 2 sizes feel the save. Daniels, yep. Yeah, it does feel good. The synergy does feel really good. Yeah. So that's really cool. So yeah, tackle 2.0. Let's go. So then let's apply that to disarm. Attack roll. See, this is interesting. I feel like this should be a contest then. Oh, it's what it is already. It's a contest. Because that is a thing. I do want to make sure that that's still a thing. Because just like shove and a grapple check, like a grapple check is still a thing. I do not want a grapple check to become a might save or some crap like that. I do think contests should exist. So it's either going to be I make an... Oh my God! Everyone's always rolling a D20. Both sides of the screen are always rolling a D20. That's so freaking cool. Because when I make an attack roll, you make a save. And then we apply those things the cool ways. And in a contest, I make and you make towards the contest. And both those D20s are now compared to each other instead of compared to armor and compared to a spell save DC or save DC or whatever. That's freaking cool. Let's go. Bam a dam. Damn a bad. Damn a dab. That's a cool name. That's a cool freaking name. All right. And then Cody says, Daniel agreed. Okay, what Cody said something? Agreed. Said, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So disarm's fine then because it's a contested check, because it's an attack roll contested. Cool. And then it's already codified. It's already taken care of. So cool. Done. I'm gonna move disarm up here, just to kind of. All right, cool. So now this is really exciting now here then, because we have some crazy maneuvers. But how do we want them to work? You could also make the result of disarm, taking and catching, and losing your result. Taking, catching, testing the result of the content. Yeah, I guess I don't want to make it too complicated as far as what the results outcome is. So I like what the results are right now. Heck yeah, coach saves our contests. Yeah, well, like they make a save and they have an attack roll, so it's basically mirroring in that way as well. All right, so attack maneuvers. All right, so this is the idea with this system is I liked the free-flowing concept where instead of maneuvers, right, this is a different approach. instead of having maneuvers be how they are in D&D for fighters, Battlemaster fighters, where they have a list of all these different maneuvers you can do, right? And you got to read through them all, and they all generally do somewhat similar of a thing. Instead, I think it might be a really cool thing to do to create a smorgasbord buffet of effects you can add on to your attacks. That's it. That's it, right? So how this would look is, okay, these are gated to marshals. Already talked about that. They can declare before they hit and the fact. Okay, go. It would be something like this. So disarm attack maneuvers. You know what? We're gonna call these attack maneuvers 2.0. And we're going to go crazy with it. All right, let's see. So these are going to be when you take the attack action, you can choose to spend one additional AP. You can choose to spend additional AP to trigger a save to force the target to make a save. Spend additional AP to force the target to make a save for an additional effect. All right. Save for an additional 4. Let's make a save for an additional effect listed below. Okay. And then this is you, for an additional effect, you spend the AP once you declare the attack. Declare what type of... Actually, that's kind of obvious. You spend the AP because they're not going to make a save unless you spend the AP to do it. So you spend the to force the target to make it. That's fine. That's fine. When you make the attack your turn action gains, you must declare what's you're putting before you roll, which that's also true. And if you land the hit, all the effects happen. If you miss, none of them do, which also is now not needed for this when you spend points. Damn, this is such a good system. Because it was this whole thing where like you put all these points, all these things, all these effects of what I'm about to get into, and you put them all into the attack roll, and then if you miss, man, you deal no damage and they don't take any effects, and it's just a big old fat L, right? But now there's multiple options here. So that's really cool. DJ One Eye. What's up, DJ One Eye with a little wavy face? What? DJ One Eye. DJ One Eye. What's up? What's up? I get an additional effect when I save. Yeah, I know. Wordsmithing, right? So when you take the attack action, you can choose to spend additional AP to force the target to make a save. Yeah, I'm fine with that right now. And then yeah, wordsmithing for sure. What are these costing AP instead of stamina, similar to how you dump mana into spell augmented effects? So maneuvers. Stamina is a resource that is definitely works different than mana. Mana, you have enough mana to be able to pump stuff into it and amp it up and all that kind of stuff. Stamina is a little different. And it also works different on the class level. And like example, at level 1, you have 1 stamina. Literally 1 stamina. Right now, the stamina can come back in lots of different ways, and during combat it will come back, and there's lots of things that will gain you stamina back. But at level 1 right now, you have 1, maybe 2 stamina at level 1. Right? The stamina pool is very small. So I don't know if I want to tax the stamina pool with this as well, right? Now there might be some sort of effect where we come back in here later and we say spend additional AP or SP, stamina points. And you can do that and save some action economy, but spend some stamina. So in fact, I even will say that right now. You can choose to spend additional AP or SP. Whoop. And I'll do that. That sounds pretty cool, right? And then, yeah, and ultimately exactly what Cody's saying is maneuvers are like cantrips. So there's not a stamina cost associated with them, which is why that's why the design intent is for. So I am designing maneuvers with no stamina in mind on that purpose. Now, I do think you bring up an interesting point with possibly being able to save action economy by spending a stamina point. And you could technically do more actions and stuff. That feels cool. And that's a cool option, I think. And it is a cool 1-to-1, you know? But anyway. And then, okay, cool. Then attack maneuvers, where we got. Okay, so now you take the attack action, choose to spend additional points and stuff to make an additional effect. So here's the effects now. So none of these need points next to them now. Yeah. Huh. So we don't even need any of that. I mean, do I even need trip attack right there? Because it would just be the prone condition. Knockback. Knockback, 1 space. Plus 1 additional space for every 5 they fail the save by. That's cool. Whoa, wait. Rakoja the Loxodon. Can't stay long. Just want to show my support. Can't wait for the final product. Appreciate you, Loxodon. Appreciate you. Thanks for swinging by. And then could you make it to where the first attack that lands gets 1 for free, and on subsequent attacks you can get to apply AP? Yeah. So what Brujo? That's a cool name too. Brujo or Bujo. Yeah. Bujo. That what you're saying is exactly the type of stuff that's going to be implemented at the class level. Right? So a fighter might have that. That sounds like a fighter type thing, maybe a monk type thing, where your first attack, you get a bonus attack maneuver. You get a bonus maneuver for free that you don't have to spend any action points or stamina points on, right? You get one freebie each at the top of each of your turn attack or once per turn, right? You get a free, they'll like love that, right? In fact, I'm going to go over here to the top secret section of classes, which is not in the other thing, because that's going to be another thing. A fighter. I'm gonna add that in a little section. I'll put it at the very top of fighter. It would be basically get 1 free AP, get 1 free maneuver each turn. Maybe that's a cool thing. All right, cool. Let me back out of that. I'm back into this. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So knockback 1 space. Cool. Heavy push attack. Knockback. Nope. Don't need that anymore. For sure. The technique. Technique list. DBZ. Mega. Knockback. It has to be like 5 spaces. That was really cool. Techniques are like mega maneuvers that do cost stamina. So there'd be some sort of technique that costs 2 stamina, which would empty your stamina pool, and you have to do some big thing like, bow, and it'd be a barbarian thing, and it'd be a barbarian only technique, and it would be like they just freaking huck somebody or something like that. You know, that'd be freaking cool. Earn a free maneuver on a crit already is a thing, Daniel. Yes, that is true. That is how critical strikes work. Is they deal an extra 2 points of damage and gain basically one of these effects that you add on top of it, right? Okay, so where we at? We're in grappling now. All right, cool. Disadvantage on their next attack, which is going to be a condition. So insert condition here. Impaired. Disadvantage on next attack, right? Heavy attack deals 1 more damage. Do we want this? Do we want that? Do we want 1 more damage? Do we want 1 more damage? Precise attack already doesn't need to be a thing because you can already do that. But you could do it again. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm getting worried here for all of these words that I'm deleting. So we're going to say trip. Oh God, see, now I got to do this. History. Let's rewind here a second. Let's rewind. So trip, push. Well, just remember that. Trip, push. Oh, that's it. Trip, push, precise. All right, so trip. Yeah, do we need that? Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Trip, push. Trip, push, precise. And then that's precise. Okay, cool. Precise. Precise. Anyway, all right. Whoa. Why is that A purple? That's weird. That's the first weird thing I've seen like that with Notion. Program. This is Notion. This is Notion. Hey, super chat from AJ Bernard. Thank you, AJ. Donation to help support development. Appreciate that, brother. Is there somewhere where we can get playtest materials or the Patreon maybe? Yes, AJ Bernard. Patrons get early access to everything DC20 RPG. As soon as the alpha comes out, it's only going to be available on Patreon. And then lots of other things that will be coming out as far as news, updates. I've done live streams. I'm going to keep doing weekly live streams for Patreon. So yeah, all of that. So appreciate the support because this game system is supported by that literal super chat, by the patrons, by all of that is what goes into making this game system because it's I'm not some big company that can just start swinging things around in these little moments. So I really do appreciate that. Will weapons have prepositionals or specific maneuvers? Oh, Matthew Heyman, get out of here. Where's interesting. Oh, I guess let me shift to the camera view to here, and we can go over here to Martial Weapon System, weapon active abilities, and there's axe, bow, chain, cleave, crossbow, all the weapons, including whips, right? So yes, all weapons will have a specific maneuver attached to each weapon as well. And then restraining is going to be grapple. Yes, exactly. You answered yourself, Bujo. Grappling is going to be restraining down here. Restrain for grapple. Yes. All right, we're back to here. Advantage on the attack. Okay. I'm going to make him prone. I'm going to knock him back. I'm going to do a push attack. I really do feel like we have to call it something. Yeah, I really do I want to do this. Trip attack. Add the prone condition. Knockback. Yeah. I feel like it has to be called something. Push attack. Shove. We already have the word shove. Can't say shove again. Shove it. We can't say shove attack. Knockback. Add a knockback of one space plus no space. Everything. Yep. This feels better. This looks better. I like it. Insert condition here. Impaired attack. Disadvantage on their next attack. Disadvantage on target's next attack. Next attack. Heavy. No, I can't say heavy hit. precise attack. Right, I can't use the word heavy. Hard. Hard attack. Big attack. Attack. Big attack. Anytime I can't think of a name for too long, I'm not going to waste my time. This is Notion. Notion is what I have my Dungeon Master Binder on. Notion's amazing. And then this is going to be called Precise Attack. Advantage on the attack. So what's cool though, and I originally was going to not have Precise Attack on here, is the attack action. You can empower the attack action. Anyone can. It's not even a maneuver. A wizard could do that. Anyone can do this. You can empower your attack and give it advantage. And then you could take a precise attack maneuver and give it advantage again. So you'd have double advantage. You'd be rolling 3d20s, taking the higher of 3d20s, and you could really, if this one big attack, really just one hit matters, which then I love that because I love having boss mechanics where there's damage thresholds and you have to break through a damage threshold, which then makes me think of this. Damage threshold for where would that have to go is going to go into damage, and there's going to be a threshold, damage threshold X, must deal over X before the target takes damage from each source. Okay, cool. There's a little, and then I can X that out. Cool. That's another cool thing with Notion. If you do Control-Shift-N, it opens up a new Notion page, N for new, and then you can do stuff, whatever, and then exit out. Cool. I'm still in the same spot. So Notion hacks. I could do a whole bunch of Notion hacks. Anyway, but they won't sponsor me because anyway, I'm not bitter. How many times you apply the same maneuver, same attack, example, +1 damage? Honestly, no limit. You know what I'm saying? Well, first of all, it'd be dumb if you did multiple prone conditions. That would just be dumb because they're already prone. So you can't do that. But I'm not going to say that you can't do that because that's literally not possible. But if you wanted to do multiple big attacks, I don't see why not. You're really putting a lot into that one attack. But so far, I'm fine with it. Now, those are the type of things I want to wait till somebody breaks. Once somebody breaks it, then I'm like, okay, you can only apply one maneuver per, massive attack, power attack. Ooh, there we go. Takedown. Ooh. Sorry, no, I'm probably super unhelpful, but what is the precise attack negated? What if a precise attack negated some or all the armor? No, see, I really went through the process of thinking about that, but I had the armor system and the attack roll system are perfect, or they are intact. They are the foundation. I don't want to have these type of things attack the foundation. I would rather just have them add on to different parts of cool things you can do, like giving yourself advantage with other systems of the game above all these rules instead of the foundation of the armor system. And I'm reducing somebody's armor. There is a whole system we had for that. It was called a defense system. It is an Alkandar's Almanac of all things, a defense system of a +2, +5 armor class, -2, -5 armor class. That's a whole thing that we decided not to go forward with DC20. So yeah. Destiny. When do you declare the maneuver? You mentioned not spending AP and then missing, but gaining advantage does this. Wait. But gain advantage does this? You mentioned not spending the AP, then missing. Oh, yeah. That was the problem without the new system of declaring your attack and all that kind of stuff is also, I've always thought it's dumb, like a Paladin Smite. They can make an attack roll and hit and then say that you're going to use Divine Smite. That I've always thought that is just so dumb. It makes no sense. It's just dumb. I'm sorry. So that was the same type of thing where somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna make an attack roll, and then they hit and they're like, I'm gonna dump everything into this thing. Yeah, no, not anymore. You have to spend the AP on the go, right? So yeah. Save. Okay, so then okay. Target to make a might. Yeah, is there a scenario with a might? Yeah, there is. Make a might, agility, or fortitude save. target's choice for an additional effect. So now I've taken care of which the save is. If multiple effects are chosen, then those all are baked into the same. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to publish a baked into. That's not going to be the wordage we use. I'm saying baked into because I'm me and words are hard. Okay. If multiple effects are chosen, then they're all baked into one single save. Cool. Nice. But the damage though, damage would be baked into the damage on the attack. But there's only one thing for damage. I'm fine. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to make it too complicated right now. Right on. I was just thinking about that, finding the gaps in their defenses. Like I said, yeah. Unhelpful. You're all good, bro. Save to avoid an additional effect. Save. First target to make a might fortitude save. To avoid an additional effect. Nice. Words are hard. Yeah, words are hard. I was a math teacher, guys, not English. Come on. And I'm not even a teacher anymore, so I get even less academic cred. Yeah, Destiny, you hit on the thing I was trying to avoid. No, you don't save against the damage. It's just the effects. But then it's going to be, I'm going to type it in here. The damage. Yeah, this is where we're going to have to be. The damage still is all contained within the attack roll, not the save. Yeah. So this is going to be what I am just putting in here. I put this in pink. So I will be things will be wordsmithed later on. Just add it to maneuver that just add it to the maneuver that there is no save for it. Well, there is a save for it. It's the attack roll being hit or missed, Yeah. And then, okay, cool. Sweet. All right. So, attack aid, advantage on allies next attack. That's so cool. I love that. Hinder attack, aid attack. Yeah, we're going to call it aid attack. That's fine. I'm not worried about naming things right now. Advantage on allies next attack on the same target. Gain temporary lunge. Oh yeah, I love the lunge. Gain temporary reach. Love that. Lunge in it. In fact, let me make all these. Actually, these should all be blue. Technically, they should all be blue because that's how I've codified things now. Big attack. There's no way it's gonna be called big attack. Shove attack. Drip attack. Lightning attack. Fire attack. If you're not adding damage, there is no save. If you're not adding damage. If I'm only adding damage, then there's no save. Yeah. So, well, it's been a blast catching live. It's 3 a.m. Oh, Ashley, damn. Later, Ashley. Big attack, overwhelming attack. I feel like that word's too long, Lex, but I do like... Oh, we said it before. Power attack. That's what it was. Power attack. There we go. Thank you for reminding me about that, Lex. I've forgotten. Feint. I don't like the feint maneuver. I think feint is going to be... Oh, wait, no. Feint. There was somewhere where I had a feint maneuver. Oh, it was in the weapon maneuvers. So I don't want to put it as a weapon maneuver. It would be a here maneuver. So it would be feint. It wouldn't be a part of this though. It would be feint would be gaining advantage on your roll. So we already have that here with precise attack. So I think that's already kind of taken care of, honestly. Colossal attack. Let's go, colossal. Mega attack. Ultra attack. Cleave. Add 1 damage to 1 additional target. You're making attack. Yeah, okay, now this is where it starts getting interesting. So, cleave. because it's weird to add cleave into this little attack maneuvers. So we're going to call these empowered attack maneuvers, because that's a word that we keep using. Cleave is weird for that though, because apply 1 damage additional attack. So if you're making a big attack and you hit the main one target for all this damage, and then the target next to them takes 1. How many attack maneuvers do we get? As many as you can spend your action points on. You get 4 action points around. So you could spend all 4 action points into some 1 mega haymaker attack. You could totally do that, and that's freaking cool. It's super cool. How about a sweeping attack instead of a cleave? Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about what the name of it is. You know, cleave versus sweeping attack, cleave attack, sweep attack. I'm fine with either one of those. Tumble. I've thought about tumble. Tumble's on the books right now, possibly. Just saying you can add the lack of saves in text a specific manner for clarity and not have no save language in the general maneuvers rules. Destiny, I'm so confused. Just saying you can add the lack of saves text in the specific maneuver for clarity and not have no save language in the general maneuver rules. I'm confused. You're gonna have to send me a Marco about that one, buddy. I'll make cleave an action instead of an attack since you can hit multiple targets. Yeah, but see, now the thing is hitting multiple targets. Yeah, it should probably be something like the tackle situation. So yeah, and disarm's we already took care of disarm. I'm deleting that right now. Alternate disarm. No. I'm fine with disarm. In fact, actually, let me look at these. Contested by the check, where he said 2 hands occupied. Okay, we already did that. If they are holding others to disadvantage, creature fortitude set. Yeah, it's all clunky. That's all terrible. Okay, so cleave. We're gonna bring cleave, good old cleave, up here. So cleave is going to be cleave attack. You know. Hold up. Just had something came to me. All of Destiny confusing me has actually made me think of something. So that's props to Destiny right there. So cleave attack and power attack are the same. So damage, empowered damage. I'm gonna spell it right this time. Maneuvers. Damn it. Maneuvers. Yeah, I got it. It's an EU. All right, damage, empowered damage maneuvers. All right, yeah, empowered attack maneuvers. And then we're gonna have empowered effect maneuvers. All right. So now, when you take an attack, when you choose to spend additional SP to target to make it my save avoid additional effect. If multiple effects are chosen, then the target's all baked in a single save. If multiple empowered effects are chosen, then baked in a single save. Oh, empowered effect. There we go. Empowered effects. Empowered damage. Codifying. And then if multiple. Okay. Empowered. If you choose to. If multiple. If you use any empowered damage, then it applies to the damage from the attack. Then it is added to the damage from the attack roll. Bang! Bang! Oh, I like it. I like it. Cool. That comes across how I'm wanting that to come across. Cleave seems to suggest you cut the opponents in half. I see that. Cleave should not be able to hit. Cleave should be able to hit at least 3 targets. Have a great nice day out there. Thanks you, Daniel. Thanks for adding all the stuff you did, man. Sweep attack. Sweep attack, cleave attack. I don't know. I like cleave, y'all. I like cleave. It might be my World of Warcraft background showing. Cleave. I was a warrior. You have heroic strike and you have cleave, baby. Come on. Come on. Get with it. All right. Okay. So then now we have cleave attack, but we're not done with cleave attack. So +1 damage. That's simple. Cleave attack. Apply. Choose. Oh, that bothers me. Oh, that bothers me. There we go. Choose 1 additional target within one space of both you and your primary target. Apply your same attack roll to that target's armor class, AC. On a hit, you deal an additional 1 point of damage to that target. There we go. So now I can cleave some people. The additional target only takes damage and is not affected by any of the additional effects or class features. So when people are trying to people try and break the game because they divine smite and the divine smite applies to both. Whoa! Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Additional effects or class features. Or that's kind of cool. So these things, these little snippets here of me talking is when I'm like, I'm going to be talking to my my team later for like, what do you think about this? That's kind of cool. All right. So there we go. Empowered damage, empowered effects, empowered attacks, bang, bang, bang. Let's go. So I think that's gonna be the stream, y'all. That's gonna be the stream, y'all. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool to let you guys in on this whole situation and how this is all kind of coming to be. Because now we got a tackle, disarm, and a bunch of really cool things. I gotta finish the conditions before I name this one, but you get the idea. A lot of really cool things that marshals can do. You know what I'm saying? So spend an extra action point to hit a 3rd target. Yeah, you totally can. Totally can. Choose 1 additional target as long as it's within 1 space of both you and them, and your primary target. Both you and your. I said it like that. So cool. Oh, Bug. Yeah. You know what? You know what's so great? I will and I can explain everything all over again. Just rewind this video as soon as I ended it. Enjoyed what little content observed. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you. Gotta head out. Gotta catch the stream. Yeah, perfect time in tea time. Perfect timing. We are out of here. We're out of here together. And that is all. Yeah. If you guys like what you see, then stay tuned for DC20 RPG, get tabletop roleplay game, coming out as soon as I can get it out. Because as y'all see, this is literally, I gotta keep hacking away at this thing and keep coming up with cool stuff to put in the game. So heck yeah, y'all. Stay creative, think outside the box. Peace, y'all.